Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. I keep saying 7 Dooms of Sandpoint, but it is 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. I wonder if that was like a choice, you know, like if someone said, it's like, hey, let's pitch this, like follow-up, like little anthology adventure for, after all the Rune Lord stuff from 1st edition. And then somebody went, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Okay, cool, but what about the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint? No, for Sandpoint. The Dooms are for Sandpoint, but they could be of Sandpoint, turning them to the event. You know how, like, you had the late unpleasantness, like these big events? Could be the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint, that's got a kind of ring to it. No, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. They're for Sandpoint. What's hard to understand? And then they get into a fight. But then they have sex and make up, so, it's fine. Anyway, so, welcome. I don't know, it's just, you get into a fight, and that's the kind of way writers, get along, it's bonding. Frenemies to lovers, the story, it's a tale as old as time. OJ's confused. Hey, thank you so much, Cass. Yes, for those of you who don't know as well, this is our affiliate anniversary. So gracias. Mucho gracias. So thank you. All right, before we kick off, of course, we have some people to thank, starting, of course, with none other than our sponsors who help us stay looking as cool as we do. First of all, you can see all the tokens that we have here are made using an amazing bit of kit called Hero Forge, an amazing 3D model making software that allows you to create, design, and make a number of really cool figurines that you can have 3D printed and shipped to you at home. But it is also one of the best ways to help visualize and embody your characters in any RPG or even just story. It's a lot of fun, and it's it allows you to really explore your creativity in the character building space. If, like me, you have no talent for artistic things, it does so much stuff for you and makes you look cool, and yeah. Then, of course, we have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects you'll hear over the course of the game, and Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which includes our maps, our dice rollers, and much, much more. Now, to give us a speed run of their characters and who they'll be playing today, I'm going to turn my attention over to my players to introduce themselves and their characters while I quickly grab myself the streaming beverage. Take it away. Goof. You have muted
So
too. I
it
have no idea
continues.
what you just said.
The entire campaign tonight will be done in interpretive
What?
dance.
What are we talking about? I'm just I mean, you all get it, right? Sindariel, like follower of Sanray, loves fire, stuff. Westonson has a gun, will shoot. Peyton, big thug who's actually not a big thug because Neil is a big freaking marshmallow and he doesn't know how to play thugs. And then Navander, the ranger, like the person whose wife got lobotomized by a bugbear. All of that was very clearly done in the dance routine that happened, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got that. I think I did. Anyway, sorry about that. But yes, allow me to introduce Schooly Eye, Avarian, Immersion Diversion, aka Neil, and of course none other than Matt from All Things Fantasy. How come it's all things fantasy? Why isn't it ever some things fantasy or a few things fantasy or a handful of things fantasy?
Because it's all things fantasy.
But is it all things?
Yes. It is.
What about no fantasy? Is no fantasy fantasy?
It's a sci-fi.
Because if you had no fantasy, then do you have all things? And if you don't have no fantasy, do you have all things?
Depends on what sort of no fantasy we're talking about. Is it anti-fantasy or is it specifically no fantasy?
The weird thing is I feel like the abbreviation for that should still be fantasy.
It's the same reason I'm immersion diversion is I don't want any of it. I'm diverting away from it.
Well, because if an item or an object or a game or a piece of media does not have fantasy, then we have to talk about why it doesn't have fantasy in it.
Yeah, but that'd be antasy.
Yeah. But
He's a fan of fantasy.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's a fan of fantasy.
It's true. Well, there you go. These are the questions that we will explore in our streams. Like the deep, meaningful, insightful questions. Yes, thank you. That's it. But of course, we are not here to do that. We are going to play a game. We're going to play a role-playing game. And as such, we have one last person to thank before we kick off in today's episode, and that is none other than our amazing and wonderful audience members who come and hang out with us time and time again. Guys, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the show, for giving us your time, your energy, and your attention. It is always a delight to have you guys here. And as such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to have a little bit of fun with us and get to interact with the stream while we play. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game, with inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses. There's also divine interventions and divine retributions. Divine healing, all this stuff is readily available at the push of a button. So just watch the show, enjoy it, and get the thing. Do the thing. Push the buttons. Then, of course, we have monetary donations, which all go towards the DAG survival check for the month. We are at 22%, which is a freaking stellar effort. So thank you, everyone who's already contributed. And all of these donations have a more tangible effect on the game as we play. First of all, we have our $5 donation, which are these red marks you can see on screen for my players, and these purple marks for me. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. The jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate matters ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw one of two decks of cards I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of Heroic Actions, which are a free action for a player of your choice that has a little superpower that can come in handy in a tight spot, as well as a hero point. The other $10 reward is you would instead get a draw from the deck of Plot Twists and Flashbacks, which is kind of like includes a bunch of like really cool story prompts that allow me to basically take an idea and modify this module to just incorporate whatever we've drawn from this. I do my best, there are some weeks where it is a little harder than the others, but for the most part, it just keeps me on my toes and allows me the opportunity to just throw in some random stuff that you guys contribute. So, there you go. Then, of course, we have our $20 donation, which is the coveted Golden Natural 20, which serves as a critical success, for the most part, for our heroes when stuff happens. It's because sometimes when you describe things, you just want it to succeed. The Nat 20 is the easiest way to go about that. So, yeah, $20 for a Nat 20. $50. We have 3 rewards for our $50 tier, and that is, if you like my players, you can provide them with either a magic item, which can be a homebrew item of your design, or something from my players' wish list. Or you can provide them with a reading of the Harrowing. The Harrow reading is a new thing that we're doing. It is a group buff that involves the drawing of a Harrow card, and whatever statistic is associated with that Harrow card, all of our players will get an extra D6 on rolls involving that particular statistic. In addition, they will get a reroll that they can use on any skill check or ability that uses that once per game. And if they manage to find a way to incorporate the tarot card's fortune-telling reading into the game, they will consider it to be an automatic success or an automatic critical success on that particular thing. So, you know, that's our reward for that. However, if you are not on my player side and you feel like, you know, messing things up a little bit, then of course we have our $50 donation, which is a boss buff, making a major complication to the battle, to the encounter, or whatever the group is having to face. This could be an increase in the strength of one of the bad guys. This could be an increase to the terrain, changing the antes, making things more difficult. You know, it's a major complication is the thing. You've been subbed for 10 months, Cookie. Dang. There you go. We're just talking about how Schoolie has been loitering in my chat for 3 years now. So, you know, like it's getting there. Everyone's coming up there.
Come next week.
As of next week, yeah, that's true. And then lastly, we have our $100 secret menu item. $100 secret menu item. Now, you know, I did have an original thought. I just want to share the original thought. This is not the secret menu item. I just want to share. My original thought was, how funny would it be if the clones that our heroes killed came back as zombies? Like, you know, kind of like the George R. You know, the Romero zombies, not like, you know, like D&D zombies, but like, you know, the ones that could, like, you know, just like, you know, like be like talking about how they want to eat brains and they need to eat your brain to become human again, you know. But then I was like, yeah, nah, that's just kind of repeating the whole, like, your clones are out to kill you. But I just thought zombies would be really fun. But no, today we've actually got an interesting one here. Now, without giving too much away, the Rune Lords were 7 powerful wizards, each with a different sin that was associated with them. However, when the new edition sort of started coming out and there was more things playing about, there came an individual who started to impose themselves into the position of the 8th Rune Lord. Matt, any idea who this is? Gonna test your trivia knowledge on this?
So. Not
No?
that I can think of.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a bit too far in forward than what I've run before.
Oh, very well. Well, her name was Lyra Larue. At least that's how I'm saying it. And yes, this is the notion of another Rune Lord. Now, for the $100 secret menu item, what we're going to basically do here is we are going to look at some of her influence starting to seep into today's game in the form of looking for one of our heroes to potentially become a champion of this new Rune Lord. And in order to become a champion, one needs a very, very shiny, very, very powerful sword. If, of course, the players want to do that. So what we're going to basically say is for the $100 secret menu item, you will help me, or at least you will allow one of the players the opportunity to pursue a special quest line to potentially become the new swordsman for Lyra Lue. So there you go. Now, I know that no one uses swords, so it's going to be very difficult to decide what it is, but the sword will reflect our player's different styles. So, for example, if it was an Evander, I might create a sword that has the ability to fire a blade into the air like a dancing sword. If it were Peyton, the sword might become like this large sword with like a serrated edge, so it's got like kind of a soaring action. If it's Westinson, it might be a sword pistol. If it's Sindariel, it might be a flaming scimitar. Well, probably not scimitar because that one's greed, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, they will have their own custom sword that will guide them towards, I guess, evil.
What vice is she?
Evil. What vice is she? I don't think she's a vice. Let me tell you about Lyra Lue. Lyra La Rue. Oh no, here we go. They've got the saying here. It is pronounced Lyra La Rue. Lyra La Rue. That's her name. She is the sin of vainglory.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. And what is vainglory, you ask? Good question. Vainglory
Yeah.
is a video game. Excessive pride in one's achievement or excessive vanity.
Hey, Ted? No.
Yeah. So I think the best way to sort of suggest it is vanity is the thing, which fundamentally is kind of pride, but it's another version of pride, I guess. But there you go. That is the thing. Oh, and divination magic is her school of magic. Okie doke. All right. Well, there you go. That is that thing. And last but not least, guys, it is the time of year where there are nominations going up for the Crit Awards. The Crit Awards are a really great an award ceremony that allow you to acknowledge and recognize people and their contributions to the TTRPG industry. If you feel like nominating your friend Dag for one of the Paizo or Pathfinder categories, that would be absolutely amazing. But we're also asking that our community member Calindria get a little bit of love if you are so inclined for our most valuable community member award here on that particular form. So if you are putting them out there, then yeah, hey, do us a favor, throw them in there, because it's always nice for that little bit of recognition as well. And yeah, it's cool. All right, hey guys, we're gonna play some games. Yeah. All right, let's play some games.
Yeah.
We return now to our adventure in the pit, a large hole in the Stovall Plateau. Not Stovall Plateau, what am I saying? In the Devil's Plateau, wherein which our heroes seek out several dooms as foreshadowed and warned by the ghostly spirit of Nualia, an former enemy to the town of Sandpoint, who is now looking to redeem herself in the afterlife after being defeated by the heroes of Sandpoint. A new group has gathered to try and stop and thwart these 7 dooms. But will they manage it? Will they be able? We will find out momentarily. But first, we come upon them as they have managed to infiltrate a conclave of Darrow scientists who are researching how to overcome their allergy to the sunlight. And as our heroes have come to investigate, they have found themselves in a room filled with Darrows experimenting on them. Our heroes' bodies lay in tattered pieces with various implements and instruments, pinning various organs, labeling them, putting them in jars and the like, all throughout the room that lays before Peyton, who has opened the door. The Darrows all look confused at first, but look on upon our heroes as they look back.
The the hell is going on here?
Progress! Innovation!
Why are we on the table?
You're not, you're in the doorway. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. And that's the game, everyone. Yeah, thanks.
What? I just point to the bodies. And I say, why are we up there?
What? Oh! They one of them takes a cloth and puts it over the body and says, "That don't worry about that. That's nothing. It seems like he's trying to look at something on the side of your face, but he's it's fine. No, it's nothing. It's that's just some materials, just some little bobs and bits that we can use to do our studies and our research. You dissect the frogs into high school, and it's the same thing."
But we've already been attacked by doppelgangers. Are you trying to clone us again?
Was ist cloning? No, cloning. No. Just like I said, they're raw materials that we get to use in order to study and do our thing.
And why is there another version of us on the table?
Okay, we are using the bodies of people who are not allergic to sunlight to research how to make ourselves not allergic to sunlight. These bodies are not allergic to sunlight, so that is where we are beginning, by dissecting the body and breaking it down into its parts to find the genome that is connected to not being allergic to sunlight.
That doesn't answer my question.
And it does! It's what we're doing with them! What are you asking for? You slide as he starts yelling at you. You keep asking what we're doing and what you're doing on the table. And I keep answering you in the exact same way, but you keep asking the same question. I think what you mean to say is, how is there a version of us that is on the table in which we say there is the cloning vats over there which we are getting the bodies from? We do not program it, we do not know who does, but it is regurgitating these things which we are using because it's free meat. That's the answer you are looking for. Ask the right question, Donkoff! Throws his shoe at you.
Ah! Is the machine making us? What the fuck?
Also, really quickly, thank you to Cookie Steve for the $75 donation, which is a Harrow buff, 2 random plot twists, and a hero point for Peyton.
Aw, thank you.
See, the crazy bit is, I can immediately think for why Peyton and Titus would be getting cloned. Since they got turned into Sandpoint upstairs, and it's quite likely the machine copied them.
Sure.
Why you got the rest of us?
Oh, true.
Okay. 2 random plot twists. First random plot twist is a fork in the road. A fork in the road is our first plot twist that is randomly drawn. And our second plot twist... Okay, here we go. Let's go for a low card here. Ooh, I like these ones. These ones feel good. Hiya! Ooh, Triumph. I don't remember if we had that one before. Triumph. Okay, so Fork in the Road and Triumph. I will keep those. Okay. And the harrowing. All right, let's do the harrowing real quick. One moment. I feel like if we do this, we should do it properly. All right. Behold the Harrow deck. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Now, as we spread the cards, I'm gonna do it a few times just so that we can We can have it at random, okay? We choose one of our beloved players to pick and flip one of our cards here in order to draw the Harrow buff. Who drew it last time? Or who hasn't drawn?
I drew it on the Sunday game.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I think it was. Yeah.
And Sunday
Yeah.
Game's the only one that's had this.
Oh, the only one's going. Okay, so let's go. John. John, you can have a first pick of this game.
Ooh.
The Rakshasa. This is an Oh wait, hold on. Let me just check something real quick. No, they are random. Okay, good. Because this is the second intelligence one we got. Yeah. Good. So it's a mix of stats. Good. All right. The Rakshasa, the lawful evil intelligent card. Let me mute the music a little bit. There we go. It is a card of dominance and mind control. The creature standing before the statue indicates an exterior force imposing itself upon another. On occasion, this imposition is literal, but often is more referred to mental domination. Misaligned, it can mean that control can be cast off in the face of new information. So that is our Rakshasa card. Look at that. Creepy. Okay, so what happens here is you will all receive a D6 on any intelligence-based skills, checks, powers, or abilities. You will automatically get a reroll once per game in association with said abilities. And if you can find something to do with either the embracing or the rejecting of mind control or domination, you will get an automatic crit success. And you can do this throughout the game. Anyone in the group can do this. Okay. That is your group buff.
Whoa.
All right.
So you're telling me this big fat thing behind you is spitting out random copies of us?
Nine, it's not behind us. It's down the corridor, just straight down that way, through the double door, or through the single door, and then around the corner, and then another door, and then you find the vat.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I mean, after all, the head magister said that you were cool, so I'm a pretty cool dude as well, you know?
Yes.
I'm hip and I'm popping.
Cool.
Cool.
As long as you're only using the bodies from that vat, we shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah. We're all German down here, you know. We are very cool.
However, if we find any random civilians from the nearby town missing, we know where to come.
You say nearby town. Where is this town exactly?
Don't worry about it.
You should. I mean, we would love to meet the people in the town. You know, tell them that we mean them no harm and definitely not experiment on the children.
They only come out at midday.
They only come out at midday. Well, hopefully one day, hopefully someday soon, we'll be able to come and see, you know, the people ourselves once we have solved this problem of being allergic to sunlight.
We tried an umbrella.
Nine, still doesn't work as well as you think it does. It does make us look pretty gothic, though.
Have you tried slip, slop, slap?
Yes, but it costs extra.
Oh, can't be helped. Good luck.
Danke. And he goes back to chopping up the bodies. Oh look, they have 2 kidneys. Oh, 2 kidneys. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
How does their body not handle having 3? Okay, well,
Yeah.
you leave
Daryl
them.
at this point is very, very grossed out and shaken.
Yep. Okay, well, you leave them to their experimentation.
was going to say, do you want to pull Wesson onto the map?
Nah.
Ziak?
I'm good.
He can just get lost by himself.
He is now Ziak.
Hanging out here with Ziak. Or Titus, sorry.
There you go.
Ugh.
All right. Up ahead, you can see there's a bend in the corridor, which, as you approach, you can see leads to a large set of double doors. You believe leads to where the sumo trolls were. There's another smaller door just partway down that corridor, and then there's the door that they told you about leading to the vats.
Why? I am concerned about these vats.
Same here.
All right.
I want to see
the-
how they got our information.
All right. Opening the door towards the vats, the corridor continues downwards. A door to your left and a door to your right. You do recall them saying that it was a little bit further down.
Oh, thank you, Sindariel.
All right. Now, behind you is a door leading to the vat room. Upon opening it, you see a long stone table running through the center of this large room. Its surface cluttered with a strange array of surgical tools and alchemical supplies. Against the far eastern wall, stands 5 strange stone sarcophagi. 4 faces are polished stone, featuring a single 7-pointed star rune in each. The central sarcophagus shattered, with a strange green stain marring the floor underneath the rubble. Inside here, you see there are 4 more of the Darrow science people. These ones seem to be a lot older than the others. As they look at you, they say, "Oh, would you look at this? It appears that the originals have come." "Ah, yes, the originals." Ooh, they nod at each other. Yes. Ooh. Ah, I wonder, perhaps, maybe, just maybe, these are not the originals at all. Oh, good hypothesis. Yes. Oh, good. So what do you think there? Perhaps, indeed, the other versions that escaped managed to find their way into a similar configuration of the people and the reflections that they once aspired to. You mean that they became the originals? Well, of course they became the originals. It was their primary concern when they came out of the vats. Oh, yes, very ingenious. Yes, no, I do like to say so myself. Oh, yes, no, you should say so yourself. Oh, yes, no, I do say so myself. Well, you are very amazing. I am very amazing. It is at this point you kind of realize something. All of these Darrow kind of look the same.
I was about to say they look the same, don't they?
And they actually do look the
shit.
same as the first Darrow that you saw in that very first room.
I was going to make the joke that it sounds an awful lot like being in faculty council.
All right. We also have a $40 donation from Christina for a natural 20 for Sindariel and Peyton.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Aw.
Done and done. Which almost locks up our table with like fully locked up. Just Peyton's hero point.
Yeah.
All right. So that is what you see. What do you do with it?
So,
Andrew would like to check out the sarcophagi, please.
As you enter, you make your way over to the sarcophagi. There you can see a number of... Oh, they do move out of the way so you can go have a look. They're kind of doing their own thing, and they're kind of imagine they're following you with their hands kind of like, you know, sort of as they're just sort of inspecting you. Every now and then they might like get a little too close in the sense that they like, you know, maybe like check, like lift your arm to like check your sides or something like that. They're not armed with anything dangerous or anything like that. They're just poking around.
Yeah, the sort of thing that Sandero, if they tried that too, would just try to sort of swat empty air in front of them just to sort of shake them off type thing.
Yeah.
Getting it.
Yeah. Now, if anyone would like to, you may study these sarcophagus by making a identify magic check. This is an Arcana check, and your DC would be 25 for this one.
You get a D6.
And yes, you do get a D6 because this is an intelligence check.
Vander will taste the air with his detect magic, and then roll the Arcana to do the thing.
He just licks the
There you go.
sarcophagi.
Yeah, I lick the sarcophagi.
Oh, no.
Can I re-roll that with a hero point, please?
Absolutely, Navander.
We also get the one reroll for the hero.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
you get
Is
the
that
hero
for
point
each of
reroll.
us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah. Do you want to? Yeah, you're gonna use that reroll or the hero point reroll?
I'll use that re-roll, and then I'll use the d6 to add to it, if that's all right.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
the D6
absolutely.
happens on every roll. That's in for that.
Ah,
Unfortunately, even with the reroll and the D6, you do not manage to learn anything substantial about these vats.
what do they taste like magic-wise, though?
They taste odd. They taste very alchemical.
Power.
Necromancy, I would say, would probably be the closest thing you could sense from these things.
Not a big fan of these sarcophagi. You!
Hello.
Darrow, tell me what these are.
They are. Oh, these are the vats. Ah, yes, the vats. Very, very interesting device and tool that we have been working with. Yeah.
Who made it?
What?
Did you know who made them?
Yes, the Rune Lords. They made these. You see, a long, long time ago, there was an empire ruled by 7 powerful wizards. And these wizards were facing the end of their empire at the hands of a large astral body that was about to collide with the earth and then spend out all of this energy and dust and create the Age of Darkness. To avoid the end of, the calamity that would follow, these individuals created various ways for them to survive, and one was to create clone bodies of themselves with their mentalities intact to survive by reincarnation in a new body. So these structures, these ancient sarcophagus, the ways that they were able to create themselves, but then also perfect themselves. Through the process of flesh crafting, they were able to resculpt any kind of form that they could based on genetic materials provided.
What happened to the original body?
The original bodies. These were never... Oh, well, I mean, so that one... We don't know what happened to that one. That one was, she was... Ugh, it broke out. It was horrible. It had flesh and hands and things. It's awful. We don't know where that thing gone. The others were empty. So we filled them.
Build them?
Well, kind of. We put genetic materials found from some adventurers who are wandering around in some of the other areas within the pit. We put them inside of the vat, and then we let them boil, and then, bing, they're done. And they came out, and they were very determined. They left. So what we decided to do was we changed the genomes ever so slightly, and now we can print out the same, sort of wandering people, who are now completely lobotomized and don't escape at all. They basically just become big sacks of meat that we can chop up as much as we want. Infinite
Peyton just
resources. What?
Peyton turns to Sandariel and just says, "Oh my god, they got our blood."
Well, we've splashed it around enough here for it to not matter. Especially you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like this. You put genetic material in, you put genetic material out, you put genetic material in, and you shake it all about. You open up the
that
cloak,
that
and now
all,
you've
it
got some
doesn't-
meat.
It just makes another version of us. Right
Well,
in there.
I mean, unfortunately, the last batch that went out, they were a little aggressive when they
Undercooked?
left. So, well, undercooked. I mean, maybe a little.
Did one look like her except on fire?
Yeah. It came out
Oh,
all
gosh.
fiery and angry, and then one came out like a monster. Ate one of us. There were 5. Now there's 4. It's very sad. We do not speak of Trace.
Mm.
I am un,
Trace.
he is dos, and I am cuatro.
Oh.
Keep a tighter rein over these copies. Last batch that you made, the ones that have escaped, are going to start causing trouble for us.
Oh, yes, of course. Why didn't we think of that? We did think of that. Why didn't we think of that? Oh, no. The clones will cause problems. Don't worry. We are very responsible scientists, and we are the most strict of procedures when it comes to containing samples and, things of that nature. You definitely do not need to worry at all about, a giant, horrible, multi-fleshed monster that is running around through these catacombs, more flesh than creature and beast, an abomination to gods in all of their forms.
Navander stands over this terror and he's kind of rubbing his beard as he stares down at this thing. And where can we find that?
Find what?
That creature we were just talking about.
Was creature? I don't know creature. Creature is it's somewhere. I'm not gonna lie if you don't know. It's kind of just wandered off. Now it's somewhere.
And another question is, have you heard about the Sandpoint Devil?
You mean the giant horsey thing? I mean, yeah,
the
everyone's
giant
heard about it. God, I mean, my brother said he saw it carry off a whole horse, and a horse with a horse in his mouth, of course, and took it and flew away. And then all they found later was the hooves.
Oh no.
As in the hoof prints or actual hoof?
No, the hooves, the horse that it ate, it just ripped it apart, shook it about. It's meat, the bones, the sinews, the organs, everything's gone. Just a freaking.
Oh no.
Right.
Ooh.
Right. Still, keep an eye on your things. Keep an eye on your experiments. Don't let them wander off too far.
You got it.
I'll have to come back. And you don't want that.
Before you go, any chance we could get some hair?
What?
What?
No.
Oh.
Patient, you're up. Nirvana leaves.
They come at you with like shears.
I'll come at that with this giant bat with saw blades on it.
What your friend
I
said we
want
could
some of
have
your
some
hair
hair.
too. You take some of mine, I take some of yours.
No,
There
Shillelagh
you
likes
go.
my hair like this. She doesn't like she doesn't like any weird haircut. So it's all up to you, Peyton. Have fun.
Honestly, wasn't I just all my hair burned off
Oh yeah,
There's some still there on the back of the head.
that's true.
Right
That's true.
there.
from Fire Scenario?
All right. Unless there's something Westonson or Cinderia would like to do.
Me as a player is still on the fence, but
There is debates going on.
there is.
Fair.
Look, you're. I don't even know what to say.
Don't say anything.
Would
Can't
it
say
help
anything
if I
nice,
shared my
don't say anything else.
justification? Would it help if I share my justification?
Sure.
If they're cloning us, that means they're not raiding the village.
Yes, but then the clones raid the village. And they are actually, I guess, surviving out there.
But then it also comes into the moral play of, is the clones of us really creatures? I mean, it's a whole thing. So
True. As long as they know we're the originals.
that's the important part, is it? Is it, Immersion?
I don't know.
When you're given an
Maybe
infinite
they'll
number
do what
of
the original
clones-
says. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that? What was that, Varian?
I'm gonna say if you're given an infinite number of clones, the original is irrelevant.
It's true.
Yeah, true. Ugh.
Okay.
Honestly, we're still trying to look for the bottom floor.
Oh, you want to go
this-
down? Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to go down, what you want to
show
do?
us the way.
What? No. They're busy. Okay. So if you head just
Apparently.
through this chamber, right, past the scriptorium, and carry on past the body clone lab choppy bits, right? You head through there and around back to the sleeping quarters. There's a large pair of double doors. This is here. There are things in there, but if you wish to go downwards, head north from there. So just turn to your right and then just head there, and there's a staircase leading down.
Okay.
I have one quick question.
Yeah, of course. We are more
If I
than
am
happy.
considered the original,
Yeah.
can I kindly bequest you to no longer clone me?
Well, that is an This is an interesting question of morals and ethics. I mean, after all, you are yourself, and the clones are the clones. If the original says that they wish not to be cloned, does that give the right to deny a clone life? Because the original does not wish it. When does a clone start being a clone and stop being the original? Does it ever happen?
I think the moral quandary starts off with, if you don't make the clone, the question doesn't have to be asked.
But then what is... But then it becomes a philosophical question. What is a cloning vat without a clone?
A
I
jar.
didn't say you couldn't put other clones in there.
Oh, okay.
Start
Right,
with
sorry. I
clone.
said you meant we should stop cloning. Okay, yeah, no. I mean, sure. Yeah, we can clone other things. Shall we clone? Yeah, they all nod. Like, yeah, we can clone other things. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we've got like at least 4 or 5 different versions of your, body still just ready to be chopped up. So, we really would need to make one for a while anyway. But it's we won't. We can not clone you.
Can you also not clone me?
You're human. We kind of need humans.
Why does that matter?
Well, you see,
Oh,
dwarves live
They're
underground, and they
humanoid,
have
they're not-
yeah, dwarves live underground just like us. So really, they're not the
I could live
target.
underground too.
Do you live underground?
Yeah,
I
Peyton,
could.
I don't think you could do it.
What?
Underground would eat you alive.
It already is, but that doesn't
Exactly.
stop me.
Yeah, no, your flesh is the right kind of pink and squishy that we're looking for.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Please? I'm going. Oh my god.
Well, look, I feel at some point or another, if everyone comes in and so like, oh, please don't clone us, I feel at some point or another, we're just not going to be able to like have clones, and that's just not on. Don't worry, trust me, we'll kill all of them.
I asked first, so
Well, and also, and like we said, you are a dwarf
you
as well.
asked first. Ugh.
Scenario could actually make it very, very pointed and say, you may not want to include me. I have a slight reaction to hot things.
Oh yeah, we've definitely stopped cloning your one. Like when that one caught fire and like went berserk. Yeah, yeah, we stopped cloning that one. But honestly, the one of this person, he says, pointing at Peyton, is super compliant. You know, we put them out of the vat, and they actually helped us get the bodies to the table so we could dissect him. It was very, very helpful. You know, it was very pleasant, very polite.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that one that actually handed us the chloroform rag? Yeah. We asked him if it's we asked him if it smelled like chloroform, and he just went, "Yeah," and then he passed out. It was very easy to take that.
God damn it! Oh no.
That does sound like
the rest of you are comfortable with them doing this for yourselves. That's fine.
No,
long
I'm
as I
not.
don't find any clones of
They're
myself.
not giving me a choice.
As long as they're not taking others, I'm happy for my own flesh to be used.
Oh
Alright.
my god. What the fuck?
And they start arguing again. It's like, is it his flesh? It's not his flesh. It's new flesh. It's like, what do you mean? Well, we literally made the flesh. It's not theirs, right? We made it. We put it, you know, like all the ingredients. We store it in a pot. We mixed it up. We put it. We sequenced the DNA. That's our flesh, you know. If anyone's flesh it's going to be our flesh, you know. Maybe mostly mouse at this point, you know. Anyway, they keep arguing, and you carry on. As you make your way here past that way, can I get everyone to make me a perception check, please?
Natural 20
Nice.
for 31.
Everyone with the exception of Navanda notices the wall here. Oh, come on. Stop it. I want to ping. There we go. The wall here looks a little strange, as if there's something hidden behind it.
Huh. We didn't notice it coming in, but
No, because you
out.
went forward and then to the
Yeah.
left. Now you're walking out. You kind of straight on. You see it.
there's something over in that wall.
Probably just a spider. Alright.
No. Wait. Do we want to check it out?
It might be a way to your clone friend, Navander.
What?
The one that you're searching for.
Code
Let it go out.
Avengers, non-ignorant, like Avenger.
So you're saying you found a clone of me? Where?
In the wall.
In the wall?
Hang on, I'm gonna just go and we either gotta find a way to open it, or I'm gonna kick the wall in.
You push the door. You push the wall, and it opens. Inside, you see a secret library covered in dust and debris. It has not been opened in many, many years. You see two statues of what appears to be a beautiful woman in the center of this area, like kind of posing. A woman with sharp features, long braided hair seems to stand in the middle of this place.
She holding a ransel?
Yes. But it doesn't look like any of the rune lords you recognize. This is actually of Lyra Larue.
We could check out some of the books, assuming they're not gonna fall apart on us.
You can if you'd like.
There might be something useful about something.
There might be something useful about something.
There might be something useful about G7 the Dooms. is what I wanted to say, but I just
Also, with its proximity to the vats, it might contain the information of the vats.
oh yeah, that's true.
Old
And how to
research
shut
notes.
them off. Or yeah.
But the more poignant question is that what you are all looking for?
I can go in.
Okay. As you go in, the golems come to life,
It's the
Oh my
door.
god.
and we roll
No.
initiative as they start beating the snot out of you.
Don't lock me in here. Shit.
All
I
right.
could have just told the Darrow that there's more research for them to read and just let them.
Oh yeah, true. Let them go in there and die.
All right. Let me just base. Let me move this here real quick. All right. So one golem moves up, and the other golem gets a smackety smack on Peyton as we fly into battle, but he will miss. Ah, shame. Okay. Fight time.
Bag, you need to make an evil clone of OG in the game.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, she has multiple NPCs in the game, so
Exactly. She is part of it. Therefore, they have her DNA.
All right, Cinderio, you are up first. As
you said, these are pure wooden.
Yes, they're wooden.
Wooden. Very well. Sandero will attempt to ignite one of them in the middle.
All right. As you launch ignition on one of the wooden sculptures, it ignites. Deal your damage.
Ooh.
9 points of damage as the creature catches a flame. Are there any other abilities? Vulnerable shape wood. Harmed by fire. Okay, there we go. So, you deal an extra 16 points of damage from it being fire damage. Okay. Last action. Anything else?
She's going to step back. Also, so there's free space for the others to get in.
Not a problem. Done and done. Westonson, you're up next. Also, what's up, B-Town?
Stepped out here. Okay. How much movement does it take to move through someone? Double movement?
Just normal.
Okay. In which case I'm going to move there and see if they have attacks of opportunity. I specifically elbow Peyton a couple times.
Yep.
Ow.
That's what I'm going to say. And I gently shove him into the golem.
So that's one movement. As by action, I'm going to do
Trivial Pursuit. All right,
Salvo.
I get it.
Trivial Pursuit.
Okay, go on.
They're off guard if you're attacking. We're getting up.
Right. Does it do that automatically, or is that something I have to include?
You'll have to hit
Bottom
the
left-hand
off-guard
side, you can
button.
click the off-guard button.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actions. So I do a melee attack first. Oh, come on. There we go. That's not going to hit. I will hero point that as an attempt to hit.
Okay, hero point.
Or worse.
Oh no.
Well, thankfully,
Yeah.
thankfully, it still counts your higher result for that one.
Which was still miss. Not a critical miss.
Which is, yes, still a miss, not a critical miss. All right.
That was 2 actions. My third action is to... Oh, it didn't fire yet, so I'll just shoot.
All right, fire!
I forgot to choose off card. But...
All right, very nice. You land the strike as the bullet penetrates and deals 4 damage to the wooden creature. Which then brings us to Navanda.
Don't worry, Varian. It's only melee attacks anyway.
How'd the fire go, Sindaro?
It appears to be smoking.
Good. Let's continue that, shall we? First action is going to do a focus spell called Shooting Star. Navanda pulls out an arrow made of starlight, and he fires it at this creature here, Wooden Construct 2.
Done and done. Let's do it.
This is a projectile that flies through and leaves a blazing trail of meteor. It is a ranged strike that ignores the target's concealment and reduces the target's cover by 1 degree.
Nice.
So let's do that, shall we? If I can actually... There we go. Target the actual creature. Ha! Take that.
Ooh. All right. That is a hit.
Wonderful. So it's going to take this much amount of damage. 9 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
As it drops the concealment down by 1 if it had concealment, and any cover it also possesses for everyone.
All right,
Yep.
very well.
And then, for my second thing, I'm going to do a spell strike. I'm going to spell strike Ignition as he pulls out a fiery arrow and shoots it at this creature.
All right, make your attack as you fire a fiery arrow. A solid hit.
Wonderful. All right, creature's going to take that much damage as well as an amount of fire damage. Now this counts as a melee, so that much, please.
All right, that is 27 fire damage as your arrow hits and sets it ablaze. Brrr.
And that is all 3 of Navanda's actions done.
Nice. All right, the golems look at Peyton and Westinson. Odds and evens to decide Peyton or Westinson. Odds is Westinson, evens is Peyton. 4, Peyton. All right. Now, Peyton, this giant burning flaming tree starts to try and clobber you.
Ah!
Swear. Cool. So that's 26 points of damage. Because it's on fire, you also take 8 points of damage.
Plus 5 more.
Because you are cursed still by the Cindereal clone.
So 8, and then...
So 13 fire damage on top of that. As you're
And a
hit.
crit card.
And a crit card.
Yeah.
Give me a number between 1 to 5.
4.
1, 2,
I've got
3,
8
4.
points.
You now have a negative 15-foot speed to your leg until you receive surgery for it, as your leg snaps. You have a broken leg.
It's fine. All the fires immediately cauterized any blood coming from the leg wound, right?
I mean, yeah, not wrong.
Ugh.
Okay.
Still standing in there, Peyton? I heard a crack. I hope that was a scratch.
I'm not actually coherently talking now, because that actually hurt a lot.
Second attack.
I was probably going down with this.
Don't worry, Peyton. There's very good people that know the anatomy just next door.
All right.
I'll use a hero
another-
point to stay up.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Not a problem. That'll plus another 8 fire damage, but that's still part of the same attack. So 1 hero point to stay up.
Yep. Ow. Oh.
All right. And third and final attack. There's a miss. All right, there you go.
Yay.
The next wooden golem. Who is also ablaze. Oh, natural 1. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna be that mean. I'm not gonna jinx point it. All right, give me a number between 1 to 5, Neil.
3.
Okay, there we go. Nope, because it is not a hafted weapon. Nope, because you have no muscles. Nope, because he doesn't benefit from the wounded condition. Okay. Oh, no, because he doesn't get fatigued. Nope, weapon can't be bent. Here we go, he hits an adjacent ally.
Ooh.
There we go.
While he himself is also on fire.
Yeah. So he is going to deal that amount of damage plus 6 extra fire on top of that. Okay, there we go. Done. So he accidentally hits the other golem. Okay. That was attack number 1.
Could be worse if the weakness to fire kicked in as well.
It did.
Okay.
All right, number 2. Miss. All right, and number 3.
Having a broken leg is actually helping me.
Evidently. A
Critical
critical miss. All right, pick a number between 1 to 5.
1.
No, doesn't have nails. Okay, here we go. Until healed, he takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls made with his fists. He is overextending himself. All right, Peyton, you're up.
Ouch. Oh my god. Ooh,
Yeah, oh my god, I'm in so much pain. Ah. Why is it always me?
I'm gonna have to eventually get out of there, but for now I will at least take one swing at the one next to Westinson
Mm-hmm.
and kind of essentially try to sweep it. So I'm gonna try and trip it
Okay.
with my low mono. Also, I forgot. I guess I didn't get, or I was doing gang up wrong. Gang up says my melee attacks. The allies still have to be flanking in order to get the flanking bonus.
Okay.
So, okay. So I'm going to take a swing at this guy. Do I get off guard if I'm doing athletics with this? Or is that just for attacks? think
This
it's
is
just
a trip
attacks.
attack is an attack.
Okay, because I'm using the sword. Okay, or the weapon. Alright, so off guard and lay him on a strike to try and trip him.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a critical.
Nice.
trip.
All right. Well, he is tripped.
And then I am going to second attack after the trip, kind of almost like swinging a club in the air before, like, kind of winding up a hit. I do the swing, trip him, swing around, and clobber him for the second attack.
Okay, go for it.
27.
27.
Did you put the prone effect on him?
I did not.
What would prone add?
Nothing. If you've hit him, you've hit him. Oh wait.
okay.
Let's see. What's his AC? His AC is 23. So yeah, even with the penalty,
Okay.
it wouldn't take you to a crit yet. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, damage.
Nice.
18
13
for
points of
13.
damage. Yep.
And then my last action, I'm going to try and, like, limp out of there. So 5, 10. Just kind of around the corner. Just kind of right there.
All right,
Just so they
done
can
and done.
still kind of get in.
Okay, top of the round. Back to Cinderio. As you've seen Peyton limping out of the room.
Okay, so as he goes past the door, Sandero will tap him on the shoulder, saying, Good idea, stepping back," as she's going to use the effect for healer's gloves to give him some healing.
All right.
She's got it. One action. Whew. And the second action, because she thinks, shit, Weston's still in there, let's try to at least burn the one that's in his face out, as she'll do another ignition.
Nice.
Nice. All right, your ignition manages to explode on him, which is 9 plus. It is destroyed.
Ooh, nice.
Pardon me.
Yes, that'd be okay.
Okay. All right, Westonson. We now go to you.
First action, reload. Second action, I'm going to use alchemical shot mixed with one of my alchemist fire on the guy.
Okay. Take your shot. That will
There's a
strike.
hit. So I do regular weapon damage.
Mhm.
And then I do a die 6 persistent burn.
Ooh, nice. And he also takes 11 damage. All right. And your persistent burn, roll a d6.
1.
1 damage. All right. Done and done. However, as your alchemical fire is a splash weapon,
Oh no.
the dry and dusty books that line this library are now ablaze. As you watch a curtain of fire begin to pour across the side of the wall.
Well,
Okay.
Which only you can see.
I mean, at worst, I've just annoyed Evander, which is almost my character's goal in life.
There you go.
oh nice.
All right, done and done. Any reaction or anything you want to say about said?
I will yell out, going, I may have got the books with that one.
Oh,
What did I do with the map? Oh no.
oh no.
Everything is dark. The whole
Control side,
world.
control side.
The fire burned the light away. Oh god.
Who drew the void from the deck of many things? Come on, people.
Oh no.
Not an undo button.
Have I died?
I did the undo button. Hold on. What have I
I
done?
died.
Under
All I
button,
see
is that the very...
blackness.
Is that the less threatening version of Under Mountain? Oh no, we've gone into the under button.
I got into the under button. Oh.
Okay,
You've
hold
not-
on.
You're not deleting the layer by mistake.
Dag's over there fighting his own battles.
Yep. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh god.
It's fine.
Okay. Anyway, carry on while I solve this.
Yeah. Oops.
Alright,
It's
put
a
it out
lot
when you
of
can.
fire you burned
But, you
away
know,
the-
priorities.
All right. After Westonson is Navander.
Alright, first thing Navan's going to do is he's going to draw a normal arrow and then breathe in a very specific way, entering Arcane Cascade, which enables him to use the last spell he cast, which was Ignition, to almost continue on. He's able to add a little bit of that residue magic into that arrow, which he's going to shoot at this golem. So, there's going to be... I'm going to use a hero point to re-roll that, please. Oh, no, I've lost. Now I've lost them. That's fine. There's its own thing.
That's okay. You can give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He disappeared.
I just reset the map.
Okay. Easy done.
It's fine. You can still attack the real enemy, which is Peyton.
Yeah. You should be able to see it on the
Combat tracker, yes.
yeah.
Am I able to use a hero point to re-roll that, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Alright, so once again with the Arcane Cascade shot. Wonderful. A 30 should hit. It's going to do an extra 2 points of force damage because of the spell he cast. So that's 14. Of course, with the resisted, it's going to be slightly less, but that's okay. And with his last action, he's going to refresh his spell strike.
Okay, done and done. All right, there we go. I got there in the end. There's fire here. There we go. Done. Okay. Ooh, just in time for the golem.
Yeah, my fantasy grounds to stop playing catch up with
My-
the map
my
updates.
fantasy
Yeah.
grounds.
Yeah, same.
possibly
Fantasy ground
crashed.
down crash.
It's turned gray. It's not looking good.
Oh, hold on.
As in, it's gone non-responsive on our side.
Yeah.
It says
Oh,
My
okay.
Getting
client
stuff
side
from
is
your-
It's thinking,
non-responsive.
Yeah, it's definitely thinking. There you go.
Dealt with a lot of undergrads thinking bad.
Okay, the golem steps forward and is going to clobber Westonson.
Unknown range.
Oh no, natural 20.
I can
did
still
it.
see your stream.
Dang it. All right, he does not hit Westonson. Second attack is another miss. But you know what? I am going to burn. Do I want to burn that 20? No, I'll burn a jinx point.
You have to reduce my armor class by 2 because it didn't clear the miscellaneous effect from the last battle.
I've got
So my
to.
armor class, I can't tell you what it would be. I think it's a 21, maybe? No, give me a second.
oh, the lay on hands thing or whatever it was.
The aura of protection that I can generate.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have an aura of protection at the moment?
No, I don't. I didn't
Okay,
spend
it's
the
not. It's
action
not.
to create it.
Yeah, it's not listed on your character.
Okay.
Okay. So using the jinx point and the second attack, let's see if he can hit you. Oh, boo! Rolled off that 20. Okay, no hits. The golem is sad. As we then go to Peyton.
All right. Well, Fantasy Grounds is not working for me, but I think, I guess I don't really want to go in there right now. I think they've got it handled. Peyton just thinks to himself, man, I gotta get me some throwing daggers or something in these
All right,
situations.
you can move behind Navander if you like.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
I guess
easy.
I'll be looking for stuff like if there's any daggers or anything on the ground or rocks or whatever.
There's no random daggers on the ground in the middle of a corridor down here, Neil.
Okay, I was just checking.
Does anyone is there like a gun? Is there like an axe or something, just lying around on the floor? Does someone just walk past and just like leave it here? Can I just have this thing?
So we're gonna die here in this
Don't you dare take that knife, Patton. You'll cut yourself with it.
Yeah.
That's why we don't trust you with sharp things.
You're
Do you remember that thing that I talk about when I talk about living in the space and actually being in the world? It's stuff like this that, that take that moment to be like, what kind of lifestyle has your character even remotely lived when they just start looking around for knives? Anyway, on the other side of you, Peyton, is a door. You have moved backwards. If you wanted to search a room maybe for a dagger, you may. There is a door behind you.
No, because after opening this room and being attacked by giant golems, I'm not gonna risk it and wait for everybody to be here.
Oh my god, did Peyton just learn like how not to like jump headstrong into things? No, I remember last time. I remember last week when we were proud that they did something and then immediately got incinerated. Cinderio, you're up.
Yeah, Fantasy Grounds is still alternating non-responsive on my side.
Dude, can I make an assumption that you'll move into the room and ignite it with furious vengeance?
Oh, I thought the golem had stepped up to clobber Westonson.
Oh yes, it did. Oh yeah, then you don't need to. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, ignition, fire, Kisbushi.
Yep, ignition, melee strike. Range strike.
Yep, cool. Let's see this happen. Hiya. All right, the ignition will hit. That's 4d4 fire.
Yep.
Which is 11 damage, followed by its own unfortunate vulnerability to fire. Alright, it is not looking good as it is slowly incinerating.
Yep, and for last action, she'll turn around to the Daryl and here saying, did you guys know that there was a library just next door? They might have told you about all these things.
A library? No, we did not know there was a library.
Yes. Kill them all with smoke inhalation. I mean, yes.
They go, oh my god, the library is on fire. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And they carry on their work.
So
All
Daryl
right.
just shakes her head.
Westonson. I mean, they're scholars. What do you want them to do? Yeah.
You think scholars would want the knowledge that might have been in here?
Yeah,
too?
no, that's true, but what do you want them to do about the giant fire?
Yeah.
It's like...
So Daryl doesn't know that there's a giant fire, she just knows there's a golem. and she's
You
just
literally
finding out
set
who's
the giant fire.
No, I did.
No. The
he did.
golem's
Yeah,
on fire
yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Right, but Westonson caused it with the alchemical splash.
No. Weston set the books on fire. The room is
Yeah.
on fire because 2 giant constructs made of wood have been set ablaze. So they've looked in that room and gone, I mean, I have a glass of water here.
You've got a good reading light.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Westonson.
Which it lasts. I will spend first action to reload.
Mm-hmm.
Second action to do alchemical attack.
Okay.
This time with my frost potion, my frost bomb. I cannot roll. I have a plus 19 to hit.
Okay, I will roll for you.
I'm gonna just control delete fantasy groups.
See, I
All
would,
right.
but then I've got the long load time back in.
Sorry, you said it says you got 15 here.
15? Oh,
Mm.
really? All right, 15.
Hiya. All right, that will strike as your bullet flies in and deals 2 points of damage. How much is the frost damage?
1 dice 8 persistent.
All right,
Or
that
1 dice 6,
is.
sorry, persistent. 1 dice 6 persistent.
Oh, okay, sorry. That is 1 point of frost damage.
There you go. That takes 2 actions, so that's my 3.
Navander, you're up.
Navanda's going to step in between Sindariel and the door. Can you do that for me, please, Dag?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. He's then going to... yeah, he's just going to do like 2 shots. Just 2 normal arrows against this thing. Now, he's still in Arcane Cascade, which means that each of those shots will do an extra 2 points of force damage if they hit.
Okay. Done and done. Your arrow notches and you fire! With a natural 20!
Whoa.
Nice.
And...
Actually, I should just let you roll for all my dice. Hey, Dag.
Maybe. Alright, here we go. As... 17 points of damage is reduced to 12. Is there fire on your arrows?
No, because I'm in Arcane Cascade, so the extra points of damage are force damage.
Oh, force damage, yep. Okay, cool. Well, yep, that does a massive amount of damage. I think that might be enough to bring him to a... Yes, it is! It is a do or die flip if you would like it.
Nice.
You do have 2 more attack. You do have 1 more attack, though.
Yeah, I do. Let's just see if I can hit him again. Yeah, let's just hit him again.
I was going to say, you do have a crit card in case it was triple damage.
Yeah, also true.
yeah,
Alright, give me a number between 1 to 5.
Let's go 1, please.
1. Here we go. Ranged attack, piercing. Triggers a reaction as if it had a move, but no one's got a thing reaction. It is also off guard. Okay.
If that's the case, I'll just shoot it again, please.
Alright, it is off guard. Second shot. Oh, Jesus. Did you see how... No, I don't know if you guys saw how, like, it was, like, just teetering on the 20. But that is a miss, unfortunately.
That's fine.
You do have hero points.
Yeah, alright, we'll use a hero point. Try to finish this off.
Alright, here we go. Hitting the off guard. Alright, here we go. With the reroll. That is a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, for 0 damage.
Remember the 2 force damage?
Oh yes, the 2 force damage. That's still just not enough, but it is enough to give you another do or die.
Alright, now I'll take it.
He had 5 hit points. Alright,
Dang.
here we go. Do or die.
It's still going. Holy crap. No! Oh no.
Die.
Oh no.
All right. So, Navander, with that arrow, you manage to strike the golem, and the golem goes down. However, the 2 fires have now ignited. Smoke billows out from these huge piles of now charcoal. And as this happens, the room is just engulfed in flames. Westonson, if you do not leave now and seal this door off, killing the oxygen, the whole dungeon, this area, will catch ablaze. Now, I know it might sound tempting, what with the clone vats and stuff like that. However, it will make traveling the dungeon very inhospitable.
Yeah, but I could close doors further up.
Potentially.
The seal doesn't have to happen here. It could,
Well, you know this room is sealed. You don't know where any of the other places do lead.
Equally, we could just seal at the end of this corridor.
I will leave, and I'll use Peyton to seal the door. I'll seal the door behind me.
Okay, there we go. Peyton, you have sealed the door, and you are now a feature here. Odd Bandicoot has redeemed Divine Intervention. Now, normally Divine Intervention is for the Nat 20. I think we'll keep the Divine Interventions for the Nat 20s. I feel like Do or Die needs to be special. It needs to be you can't modify them. Schoolia, can we return the channel points to Odd Bandicoot, please?
Yep, just
And let me also turn the music off here. Boom. There we go. All right. The battle is now over. Unfortunately, all of the knowledge lost in the library is now gone forever.
Oh no.
dang it.
Alas. But and on the bright
Yeah.
side, fire did help you kill those things pretty quickly.
Mhm.
Okay.
Especially since they would have otherwise killed Peyton.
Also true. Actually, probably not, because they after that first round, they are slowed for quite a bit. Oh, thank you, Pixie. Now, we're going to do some healing, presumably from Sindarial and stuff. But while we do that and have our characters move on, I'm just going to very quickly ask my players if when they get to here... There we go. Where we've got Peyton currently. Oh, right. I need to give you guys a torch.
Sandarial was a light source at one point.
Yeah.
It was the automation from my inventory.
Yep. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Now, there is a door just above you here, which you haven't explored. Otherwise...
I'll leave it up to you guys for a little while.
Yeah, otherwise the door near the bedding area, that's where you were told the way down is.
Well, how about we do the closest first, right, guys?
Up to you.
I never agree.
All right. Can you please move Navanda to that first door? You
All right. As you open the door, inside you see an office. A low rectangular table sits in the middle of this room with two high-backed wooden chairs with leather cushions and purple velvet lining the seat to either side. There are several open books upon the table. You can see that they are a number of different sort of notes here, and in addition, two Deros happen to be having a discussion here. Again, they also look very similar to the original Dero that you were dealing with.
Is this because Navanda thinks all Dero look the same, or is this because we think that it's the same individual cloned?
Both.
Alright,
The
cool.
blue guys were invincible. They're just always making copies of each other.
Now, they seem to be discussing about the plans to defeat the sun and how at some point or another soon, Zerandini's plans are going to lead them to ruin. There needs to be a change in leadership, and soon, perhaps.
That's what I can hear through the door.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Listen, as much as we like it, right? Zirandi's prime is not suitable for the rest of this plan. We need to take things into our own hands. What you're talking about, this is betrayal. This is treason of the highest order. Yes, but who are we really betraying? I mean, after all, there's no difference, is there? All of a sudden, one Zidandi Prime, who doesn't seem to know what they're doing, disappears, and another Zidandi Prime simply becomes there. I will be the new leader, and I will lead our kind with an iron fist. I don't know if I could do this. Quit being a coward. Stand up for yourself. Show some backbone. Look, right now everyone is distracted with those ugly PCs. Yeah, they're walking around with their human faces and their dwarven friend and their burn marks and things. These while everyone is distracted, now is the perfect time to sneak up on him and stab him in the back. Look, I have 7 knives here that I left all around the floor of this entire facility, right? So we could stab him at anywhere at any time because we are never too far away from a knife. Ah, that's good thinking. But I saw the knives on the floor everywhere, and I cleaned them up because I thought it was very weird that knives were just lying around on the floor randomly. Dunkov, why are you... Dunkov, I left the knives there for a reason. Why would you remove them?
Antique ceremonial wall hangings.
They're on the floor, they're on the walls.
They're not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be in the armory. Who's been laying knives around?
Yeah.
At this point in time, Nevada will step into the door.
Ah, Scheiße! I mean, hi. Hello.
Tell me about this plan of yours.
What plans? There's no plan. How are you?
Right. You're going to do exactly 3 things. The first one
Run.
is you're going to tell me exactly what Prime's planning. What he has in store for the world upstairs.
Well, once we go upstairs, he intends to create our own city and enslave a bunch of people so that we can build it.
Cool. Now, what's your plan?
The same thing, but with murder.
The third thing is let me take a look at those books.
These books on the table? Yeah, sure. Go
Yeah, those
nuts.
books on the table.
Bone murder.
Okay, we are going to we're going to just very slowly leave now.
Stay where I can see you, please.
We
Thank you.
we would they look like they're like agitated at this point. I thought you were supposed to be cool. Are you Mr. Cool Man or are you Mr. Gonna fucking knock on us man? They say as they like reach for knives.
I'm the cool man that's not going to tell Prime about your little plan.
Make an intimidate check.
Yeah,
Because they also realize you wouldn't tell if they killed you here and now.
that's fine. That's fine. How does a 24 sound?
That's pretty good. They'll be like, okay, well, as long as everyone here is cool, yeah, no problems here.
No problems here.
As for the books, on the table, you can see that there are a number of rudimentary and very crude plans for operating the cloning vats. Basically, a lot of the trial and error notes that were made about when they first discovered it. There's also a door behind the desk leading further in.
All right, thank you for your time. You can go off and do your thing. Have fun.
Yeah, we'll do that. And they back out and they look at the rest of you and they're like, hello.
Ow. Hello.
Can I have everyone in here? Can I have my friends in here for a minute, please?
Oh, yeah.
One of the Darrow shows up. What's up?
Hey,
We're working.
I thought we were
your name's
friends.
Steve, is he?
Yeah, I thought we were friends, man.
We're buds.
Okay, you are all in the office.
Wonderful. And I'm just gonna close the door, making sure it's just us four.
Yep, door's closed.
And then I'm gonna share exactly what I've heard.
Okay, you
So it seems that these guys are trying to just take over the Sandpoint area, probably.
No.
That's what he just said.
He's going to
Enslave the
create
people of
his
Sandpoint.
own. He's going to create his own city, and he's going to find slaves to do it. He doesn't know where Sandpoint is. You keep mentioning this town. He's like, "Oh, wow, a town." You say, "Tell me more."
Just waiting for. I'm just waiting for
anymore. That's gonna
Matt
get
to
us
just
killed.
reference a random city that Navander would want destroyed, and direct them all there.
Well, ever since that business in Corvosa, you know? Not Corvosa.
There's a you just point them towards a goblin village.
Those bloody lictors.
See, that's what I was waiting for.
So we have a choice. We can take things as we are, or just kill everyone.
I'm not opposed to killing everyone.
I'm not either. I'm just not looking too great right now.
I understand,
Assuming I have
Cesario. You're
something
all
to throw.
about the second chances and redemption. But sometimes you're like Navander and unredeemable.
Oi,
Oh, sorry.
only in
Outside
some
voice.
parts.
Sorry, outside voice. Sorry.
Somewhat unredeemable. All right, you have to add the somewhat first.
Fine.
Well, we know where to go now, so we don't need their help. We could kill them. If they're
Right,
gonna-
but if they
Yeah.
order their plan and they do somehow figure out how to stop being allergic to the sun, unlikely but possible.
So we're not killing them now.
Come back in the future. We know they're here.
I mean, we could figure out. We could. Well, while these people are not opposed to us, we could wander around, find all the ways air flows through here, and conveniently stop the airflow through here.
Make them all come out of one hole and then just flood them. like gophers. It's mean. But
And even
that's the also
and even shall go.
Yeah.
You have more experience in this, perhaps, Westonson. I'll leave it in your hands.
We just get like 30 people to create water. Throw it in.
I think for now, priorities. They seem to be flailing about in the darkness, being their own worst enemy. Let them kill each other, let them fail their experiments, and when one of them pops up, we send its body back down, and the rest of them think they failed at killing Sun, defeating the Sun thing. In the meantime, let's go find Flamey Horsey Hoof thing and continue with the whole reason we're actually here.
I agree. Also,
Then later we come back and plug all the air holes.
Good plan. Do you want to take these books that have all the information about the cloning mechanisms?
I do.
All right.
he's
Alright.
gonna just make them.
All right. You take
back
the
Well,
you take the
listen,
notes in the books.
More precisely, I open up my portable workshop. I put the books in the portable workshop, then I leave and close up the portable workshop so they're not on any one of us and easily accessible.
That's funny.
All right, let's go downstairs. See if we can find this flaming horse.
Yeah.
I don't know if the whole horse is flaming, I just know that its hooves are.
No, I was using flaming as a swear word in this case.
Oh, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I don't really understand Elvish that well.
All right.
Let's go.
You very surreptitiously, with your plans to eventually betray these good, fine scientific people, in tow, you kind of like as you make your way.
We slink family style or family guy style towards the route down.
No, it's the
Grab my legs.
it's the Blues Brothers. You know, like dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Oh, okay. I haven't seen the Family Guy one. Okay. So anyway, you make your way towards the cave where you kind of heard the running water and drippy, snarly sounds coming from the south before.
Originally, says Titus dead, and then we all walked away.
Yeah. But you do know that the Darrow said that if you want to head down, you should head to the north.
I'd just like to point out that my fantasy grounds has improved, I can no longer see Peyton.
I died.
I see.
All right. Well, we should probably check the other
Trust the
direction
devil?
first. I was going to say check the other direction first.
Okay.
Well, let's do that. Peyton, you travel north, the rest of us will travel south.
What?
What? You're the most stealthy out of us all, aren't you?
Yeah. Mr.
Probably. I mean, how long did the broken leg last? Was it until I healed, or
Oh,
is
right,
it until...
the
No,
broken-
you said surgery until I got surgery. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm.
which means I can finally probably get that item I was looking at.
Which also means Sandero can't help you down here unless we go and
Yeah.
request aid of a Darrow to borrow
All
their
right.
tool.
Hey, look.
Hey,
We
look,
just asked them not to lobotomize the next Peyton that comes out of the vat. We give them this Peyton, and we take the other Peyton.
5,
Yeah.
10.
that's probably they're like, yeah, we can
15.
fix that leg, and then you hear this.
Ah!
There he is. It's like, why is he covered in goo? Don't worry about it.
It'll wash off. Peyton, give me your armor.
What? You're- Why do you need my armor?
So if our characters ever die, we could just bring our character right back.
Yeah.
It's like Twitch and a few new personality quirks.
All right, so what do you want to do, guys? Do you want to just check south and then head north, or what do you want to do?
That's what I was thinking.
All right.
Well, I can see in the darkness down here. Why don't I go take a look to the south, see if there's anything there, and I'll be right back.
Very good. I'm going to stick close to Sindariel because I need the light.
I'm going to wander to the south and use dark vision to take a look. I'm actually going to attempt to do this stealthily.
All right, make a stealth check.
Stealth check. Well, you got the result. I didn't. Still trying to figure it out. 19. There it is. I find the spotlight to stand in.
All right. As you make your way south, what you see before you is a softly glowing patch of faint blue fungus and mold which grows in strips along the walls and ceilings of this large cavern, giving the entire place the illusion of being underwater. To the north, a 5-foot ledge descends, switching back before reaching a lower area which overlooks a large lake of dark, rippling water. Across the water, a stone balcony. On the opposite side of the lake, a sphere of glowing orange crystal the size of a human head floats atop a low mound of gravel and soil, which is over here. And this is the Black Lake area. You do still hear the sounds of these strange noises coming from within, but you can't exactly see where they're from.
I'm going to walk back.
Okay?
I will then explain. There's a large body of water down there. There's a bunch of fungus on the wall, and I heard this very interesting series of books written by a dwarven author a number of years ago about how fungus started taking control of everybody. It was a very interesting series of stories. The Death Fuzz, I think it was called. Anyway, there's a large body of water, and on the other side of the large body of water, there is a floating, glowing orange sphere. I suggest we ignore the glowing orange sphere. Generally, good things don't come from glowing things that are floating off the ground above a pile of rubble.
But it could also be super magical and very expensive.
And explode.
Exactly.
It could explode. Just saying, explode.
I get a +2 AC against explosion traps.
Okay, so Peyton goes to the south. We go back to the Vander's original plan. Peyton goes to the
I'm just
south.
kidding,
and
I'm not gonna
investigates,
do
and
it.
The rest of us go north.
How about we go check it out? You stay like 10 feet in front of me the whole way, alright?
Are we really going down there?
Well, you did say you had, you did say you're a little bit more stronger against blast attack, so we'll do that.
All right, inside
Yeah,
bonuses.
well,
Can I get Can I get a survival check from Westinson, please?
Sure. Hope you're not expecting something higher than a 10. Haha, called it. 16.
16. Okay, your inside check is as follows. The object is of great power, but it's like it feels like one of those powers at a great cost. The more concerning bit was the noises. You really kind of focus and try to figure out and remember what those noises meant or what they could possibly be. You try to replicate them for the others to hear, and Sindariel, you recognize it. It is a clutch, that is to say, a very young nest of gibbering mouthers, aberrations which are nothing but teeth, eyes, and wailing insanities. If Westinson or Peyton had gone in there, they would have likely been ambushed by a large group of them.
Strange Aeon's flashbacks.
Also, nice
what
to
you're
see you,
saying.
Buffalo. Thank you so much for the anniversary wishes. Mwah.
So what you're saying is we're going to send the evil clone of OG down there to investigate.
Yes.
Okay.
Could you perhaps describe the orb to me, Westinson, again?
It was about this large, black with swirling red and white and red lines in it, covered in it. Oh no, that's the Palantir. Sorry. It's about this big, orange and glowing, slightly above a pile of rubble.
Using that description, could I perhaps think upon previous study? See if I might be able to recognize this thing by description alone?
Sure. Make a history or equivalent sort of check. Society, maybe.
Non-arcana?
Mm,
That's fine. I can give you a society.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if this would give you that.
That's fine. Society! A 29.
All right. Now, you've heard before about a group of worshippers of the god Azathoth, who were known as the Keepers of the Hollow Star. They spoke of a potential powerful treasure that allowed them to interact with their god, an orb, bright orange, that was known as the Hollow Star. You don't know, but maybe this is it.
It kind of sounds like some form of holy religious item to these sorts of creatures, like a communication device. Whatever the case, I think you might be right, Westinson. I'll trust your instincts to not go down there.
Did not feel right. Particularly with Sindariel talking about those gibbering mouther things.
yeah.
So north?
Oh, yep, north.
North.
Let's head downstairs.
Fun fact, the black hole in the middle of the Milky Way is named Azathoth for the god from the...
Oh.
Neat. All right. As you are about to leave, you hear a plink plink and a rolling sound.
Uh-oh.
Behind you, an orange orb rolls onto the ground. For some reason or another, you have succeeded in acquiring it without having done anything. But
I
what?
pick it up.
Oh, sweet.
However, there is an individual who happens to be here. Several bite marks missing from various parts of their body. As what you see is a catfolk with bright red fur. As they look very clone-ish. You know, like
Oh wait,
covered
the
in.
version of OG that.
Yeah, it's as they do look like they're just fresh out of a clone vat. But as they like hold this this magic orb, the clone sort of like looks at you, and then like transforms into like turns into goo, like pink goo.
Ooh. Just falls apart.
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Now they have their DNA 100%. Perfect. I pick up the orb.
All right, as you pick up the orb, we will find out what it is and what it means next time when we return for our next tale of the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Our heroes now back upon their quest after having explored the area of the dungeon riddled with clones of the same Darrow who are about to betray each other. This feels like the Gary Vault from Fallout, but we'll find out when we return next week. That was a lot of fun. That was really good.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't have
Oh,
any good.
broken leg.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have any good cliffhangers except for like maybe having Peyton being eaten by something that's moving really slow. That would be kind of funny. But guys,
Something in the ground.
oh yeah,
Peyton
Weston.
falling on a whole bunch of daggers would be
You,
great.
you
Oh,
just need
yeah.
the one tendril slowly sneaking out to
Yes.
try and grab his ankle.
Nice, I love that. All right, well, guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you to all my audience members who donated and hang out and chat. You guys are freaking the best. We will be back on... we're not here for Sunday morning. Pray for Death is not on because I will be having a power outage. But we will be back for Gatewalkers, which will be a little later on that evening as well. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Michael. As always, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Peace out!